Nityananda Advaita Gadadara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. We can continue reading from Srimad Bhagavatam Canto 3 Chapter 23 Text 4 to 5. Savai Devarshi Varyastam Manavim Samanuvratam Devad Gari Yashaha Patyur Asha Sanam Mahashishaha Kalena Bhuyasa Kshamam Karshitam Ritacharyaya Prema Gadgadaya Vacha Viditaha Kripaya Bravit. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. The daughter of Manu, who was fully devoted to her husband, looked upon him as greater even than Providence. Thus she expected great blessings from him. Having served him for a long time, she grew weak and emaciated due to her religious observances. Seeing her condition, Gardama, the foremost of celestial sages, was overcome with compassion and spoke to her in a voice choked with great love. The wife is expected to be of the same category as the husband. She must be prepared to follow the principles of the husband, and then there will be happy life. If the husband is a devotee and the wife is materialistic, there cannot be any peace in the home. The wife must see the tendencies of the husband and must be prepared to follow him. And that's the reason they were trying to find a suitable match. In the beginning, before they got married, they were saying, let's find somebody who can match in the qualities and character, just so that they have a common goal. They share the same values. From Mahabharata, we learn that when Gandhari understood that her would-be husband Dhritarashtra was blind, she immediately began to practice blindness herself. Thus, she covered her eyes and played the part of a blind woman. She decided that since her husband was blind, she must also act like a blind woman. Otherwise, she would be proud of her eyes, and her husband would be seen as inferior. The word Samanuvrata indicates that it is the duty of a wife to adopt the special circumstances in which the husband is situated. Of course, if the husband is as great as Kardama Muni, then a very good result accrues from following him. But even if the husband is not a great devotee like Kardama Muni, it is the wife's duty to adapt herself according to his mentality. That makes married life very happy. It is also mentioned herein that by following the strict vows of a chaste woman, Princess Devahuti became very skinny, and therefore her husband became compassionate. He knew that she was the daughter of a great king and yet was serving him just like an ordinary woman. She was reduced in health by such activities, and he became compassionate and addressed her as follows. So she is a princess, and then she's really living such an austere life in the ashram with her husband because she shared the same values as him. She could understand, okay, this is good for her. This is like-minded. So that's why their household was peaceful. Kardama uvacha tushtoham adya tava manavi manadayaha shushushaya paramaya paraya cha bhaktya yo dehinam ayam ativa suruhit sadeho navekshitaha samuchitaha shapitum mad arthe. Kardama Muni said, O respectful daughter of Swayambhuva Manu, today I am very much pleased with you for your great devotion and your most excellent loving service. Since the body is so dear to embodied beings, I am astonished that you have neglected your own body to use it on my behalf. We all take, for us, each of us, the body is very, very dear. We identify ourselves with the body. And so here Kardama Muni is saying, you don't care for your body, but you're so devoted to me that you've not cared for yourself, and now you become so skinny and your health is not very good. There's another pastime in Bhagavatam we hear of the demigods. They approach which Muni? and they tell him that we need your bones. Why? Because we need to make a thunderbolt, a weapon, to kill Vritrasur with it. Dadichi. And so Dadichi tells them, you're asking me for my own body? You want to make bones out of my body, means I'm going to die. The demigods approached him for that, because Vritrasur was a great demon. There was a fight between Indra and Vritrasur. Actually, Vritrasur is a great devotee of the Lord, only in the body of a demon. But Dadichi tells them, the body is the most dearest, and you're asking me for my body, you're asking me such a great sacrifice. But yes, I will give it to you. And he gave up his body so that they could make this weapon out of his bones, so that they could make a thunderbolt for Indra. We'll be reading that pastime later on. So here's Kardama Muni is saying, you're not caring for your body because you care for me so much. So it is indicated here that one's body is very dear. Yet Devahuti was so faithful to her husband that not only did she serve him with great devotion, service, and respect, but she did not even care for her own health. That is called selfless service. It appears that Devahuti had no sense pleasure, even with her husband. Otherwise, she would not have deteriorated in health. Acting to facilitate Kardama Muni's engagement in spiritual elevation, she continually assisted him, not caring for bodily comfort. It is the duty of a faithful and chaste wife to help her husband in every respect, especially when the husband is engaged in Krishna consciousness. In this case, the husband also amply rewarded the wife. This is not to be expected by a woman who is the wife of an ordinary person. So Kardama Muni, he has the capability, he's a great, great personality. So he's very happy with her, Kardama Muni. So he gives her great blessings. Text 7. Yeme swadharma niratasya tapa samadhi vidyatma yoga vijita bhagavad prasada tan eva mad anu sevanyavar rudhan drishtim prapashya pitarami abhayan ashokan. Kardama Muni continued, I have achieved the blessings of the Lord in discharging my own religious life of austerity, meditation, and Krishna consciousness. Although you have not yet experienced these achievements, which are free from fear and lamentation, I shall offer them all to you because you are engaged in my service. Now just look at them. I am giving you the transcendental vision to see how nice they are. So he's saying, I've achieved the blessings of the Lord. I've achieved Krishna consciousness. You have not yet gotten it, but I have it, so I can give it to you. And I'm giving you the transcendental vision to be able to see it. And what is that? Free from fear and lamentation. So Devahuti engaged only in the service of Kardama Muni. She was not supposed to be so advanced in austerity, ecstasy, meditation, or Krishna consciousness. But imperceptibly, she was sharing her husband's achievements, which she could neither see nor experience. Automatically, she achieved these graces of the Lord. So as we were saying that Ardhangani, whatever good the husband is doing in Krishna consciousness or even other things, the wife gets. But when the wife is a devotee, all the good that she does, all the service that she does, even the husband shares, the children, the full family, the parents, everyone gets the blessings. That's the reason the Prabhupada would always say, you want to serve your family, you want to serve your parents or your dear ones, just become a good devotee. And why would he say that? Because in Bhagavatam, Lord Nishingadev tells that to Prahlad Maharaj, that because you are a devotee, your previous generations and your future generations are all delivered. They're all delivered because you are such a great devotee. So, What are the graces of the Lord? It is stated here that the graces of the Lord are abhaya, free from fearfulness. In the material world, if someone accumulates $1 million, he's always full of fear because he's always thinking, what if the money is lost? It's true, right? We get something, then we are trying to protect it. We make insurances, or we like very careful, let me keep it properly. We don't want to lose it. It's true. But the benediction of the Lord, Bhagavad Prasad, is never to be lost. It is simply to be enjoyed. So we want enjoyment. We all want enjoyment, but it's only we don't know how to find enjoyment. So here, enjoyment can be easily found at the lotus feet of Krishna, because whatever we get, that makes the heart happy, blissful. I mean, whatever we get in the service of Krishna, I mean to say that is simply to be enjoyed. And that's the reason in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Susukham kartam avyayam. That devotional service of the Lord is performed it's performed happily. Susukham kartam avyayam. The heart becomes happy when you're engaging in devotional service. You hear, you chant. Heart is happy. There is no question of loss. One simply gains and enjoys gaining. Bhagavad Gita also confirms this. When one achieves the grace of the Lord, the result is that sarva dukkhani, all distresses, are destroyed. So wherever there is Krishna, there cannot be any distress. Why? Because he's the reservoir of all pleasure. He's the reservoir of all pleasure. So when we are associating with pleasure, how could we be sad? From Krishna becomes, all the happiness comes from Krishna. So when we are with him, of course we will be happy. When situated in the transcendental position, one is freed from two kinds of material diseases, hankering and lamentation. So transcendental position means one who has already situated on his original platform. He has understood that I'm not the body, I'm an eternal part and parcel of Krishna. Then what happens? Na sochati, na kankshati. No hankering and no lamentation. What is hankering? Anyone? Would anybody like to say hankering and lamentation? What is this that we're always going through?
Maybe you have some desires and you go after that, and if it is not satisfied, then you get frustrated, and if it is satisfied, then you get greedy. You want more and more.
Yeah. Yes. So that's hankering. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Thank you. And lamentation?
Yeah.
Lamentation is when...
And about this abhayam, abhay, when you say abhay, the 16th chapter also starts with abhayam. When you say abhayam, when you develop that, what do you say? When you try to develop that gun, that, I don't know, what do you say? But वो अगर डेवलप होगा तो धीरे धीरे हर कोई चीज में आपको वो पता चलेगा कि you are progressing and progressing and progressing.
Jitna Krishna,
yes, abhayam. Wherever you go, Krishna is with you.
Yeah.
Wherever, whichever position, whichever species you go, that is the first gun of Daivi.
Very good. Thank you. So hankering, that we always wanting, oh, I wish I could have had this. I want this, I want this, I want to do this, I want this. And lamentation is, oh, I wish this wouldn't have happened. Then like this would have happened. We are lamentation. Oh, I could have gotten this. Oh, why did this happen like that? So we in the material platform, we are always like that. And that's what the mind is always busy with. That's how the mind is occupied. If we try to see, we are always wanting something and we are trying to feel sad for something. But what is the proposal? That you just chant. When we chant, automatically the mind will be free from this hankering and lamentation. This is also...
And also, does it mean lamentation is like when you lose some material assets?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what's so true.
Yes.
That, like how we are, like, we are so fearful of our assets, like our jewelry and things like that.
Oh,
My God.
oh yes. Yes.
Mhm.
It's so true.
Fearful that we will lose it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. First we say we want it.
Want it, and then, it's
And then we
funny.
get scared. Oh my God, what if I lose it? And then when we lose it, actually, oh my God, I lost it.
Yeah, like we get attached to it. I feel, at least, yeah.
Yes. So then what happens is all this, our mind is so busy doing these things, then we do not understand, oh, what's happening? I'm not the body, I'm the soul. What's happening? So then, Krishna is saying that when it comes to the transcendental position, means he is understood, taken complete shelter of Krishna. Transcendental position means liberated already. So then at that point, there is no sochati, no kankshati, no hankering, no lamentation. This is also stated in Bhagavad Gita. After devotional life begins, we can achieve the full result of love of Godhead. So why are we doing bhakti? Bhakti, why are we doing devotional life? Why? To revive our love of Krishna, love of Godhead. It's there in each and everyone's heart. It is there. That is our true property. That is our true asset, love of God. And it is there. Each and every one of us has it. Love of Krishna is the highest perfection of Bhagavad Prasad or divine mercy. This transcendental achievement is so greatly valuable that no material happiness can compare to it. I mean, imagine, if somebody actually can revive their love for Krishna when once they have already revived it, they don't care for anything material because they know anyways material is temporary. It's anyways to do with the body. It's nothing to do with who I truly am. And being with Krishna, when you're loving Krishna, means you're being with Krishna. What more do you want when you're with the most loving person? Krishna is the most loving and the most lovable person. And so if we are with him, then what more? So that's the reason a person who's already revived his love for Krishna, he doesn't need anything else. Prabodhananda Saraswati said that if one achieves the grace of Lord Chaitanya, he becomes so great that he does not care a fig even for the demigods. He thinks of monism as hellish, and for him the perfection of controlling the senses is as easy as anything. Prabodhananda Saraswati was one of the associates of Lord Chaitanya. And so grace of, was that the Mayavadi sannyasi that Lord Chaitanya like he gave him mercy and made him a devotee? I forget.
Keshav Kashmiri?
No, that
was another one. Mayavadi.
Yeah, so anyway, when we read further, we'll anyway, I remember he said in Caitanya Lila.
Not Adi Shankaracharya, no.
No. This we are gonna. I forget. Was Prabhupada Saraswati already the devotee, or was he that was converted into a devotee later by Lord Chaitanya? Anyway, what's the point is? The point is that we have, we have the means to take the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. He just came 500 years ago. He's freely giving us his mercy. We just have to take it. Prabhupada Saraswati is saying, take the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. And by getting the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, we will get love for Radha and Krishna. And then he's saying that, because for us, controlling the senses is so difficult to control our senses, or, things of monism as hellish. We think, okay, I'm going to go sit in the Brahma Jyoti. I'm going to be very, very happy. Or, giving adoration and worship where it's not required. But once we get the grace of Lord Chaitanya, everything becomes perfect. We are situated in our original position. Heavenly pleasures become to him no more than stories. Actually, there is no comparison between material happiness and transcendental happiness. There is no comparison. Material and spiritual happiness. you know, we in our experience, we have experienced only material happiness, because with the body, we always trying to enjoy the body. Tiny glimpses we get sometimes, you know, tiny glimpses when we are hearing and chanting about Krishna. So like that we get those glimpses, but not the complete ocean, not the complete ocean. So imagine what is awaiting us. What is awaiting? It's not that the devotional life is supposed to be, oh, that you have to suffer and that there is no enjoyment. No, in fact, Prabhupada would say it's a life of freedom. It's a life of complete enjoyment, total enjoyment. By the grace of Kardama Muni, Devahuti experienced actual realization simply by serving. We get a similar example in the life of Narad Muni. Actually, in this context of material and transcendental happiness, there is a short pastime. Let me just try to say it quickly. That there was a devotee of Lord Shiva, and he was praying to Lord Shiva, and he told the Lord Shiva, give me the highest thing, you know, I want the best thing that you can give me. Lord Shiva told him, okay, there is Sanatan Goswami nearby, you go to him. He's going to give you the most valuable thing. So he goes to Sanatan Goswami and he says, my dear sir, Lord Shiva told me you have the most valuable thing, kindly give it to me. So Sanatan Goswami said, okay, you know, somewhere here, there is Chintamani stone is there. You go find it and you can take it. And so the man was, oh, wow, Chintamani, excellent. Chintamani stone is very valuable. Whatever you touch to it, it's going to turn to gold. So imagine how much rich you could get. You could turn everything to gold and you would get, you know, it's very, very valuable. So the man took it, was very happy, was going along the way. After some time, he's scratching his head. He said, wow, if this is valuable, why was it just lying like that? You know, usually if something is valuable, we're going to protect it. You know, as we were just saying, you know, jewelry or something, something valuable, we really protect it. We are fearful or it'll get lost. He's like, what is this? This thing was just lying like that as if it's nothing. He goes back to Sanatan Goswami. He said, my dear Sanatan Goswami, you told me that this is very valuable, but I think that there is something more valuable than this that you're not telling me about. So Sanatan Goswami said, yes, there is. So he said, a man said, can you please tell me? Sanatan Goswami said, yes, I can give it to you. But you first go through this in the lake. So the man said, okay, because he was sincere. He had that sincere desire. He said, sure. He put that in the lake. Now, how many of us would actually put it in the lake? Or how many of us would say, no way. I've gotten this Chintamani, I'm going to get, you know, so rich and I'll be so happy. I'll have so much material happiness. Why should I give it away? But this man, he was, you know, really searching sincerity. He said, okay, I'm going to throw it. He threw it away, came back to Sanatan Goswami. Sanatan Goswami gave him the Mahamantra. He said, chant the Mahamantra. Most valuable thing. You know, you're going to get love for Krishna. So love for Krishna is the most valuable. Most valuable. Love for Krishna. And it's there in each and every one of us. It's not that we have to go looking for it somewhere else. It's there in our heart. We have to revive it. The simple process for reviving it in this age of Kali is chant the holy name. Chant the holy name. Take shelter of Gaur-Nitai. By their mercy, we are getting this. Because in the other ages, the perfection was, for example, yagya or meditation or deity worship. But love for the Braj Prem, the Braj Prem was not given. They could reach up to Vaikuntha because the mood was more in awe and reverence. The mood was more in dasya, shanta or dasya. But there was not that mood of sakhya or vatsalya or madhurya was not freely given. This Lord Caitanya came to give us. So we are very fortunate and we should take, you know, grab this opportunity.
So is it Prema Bhakti?
Prema Bhakti, yes, Prema Bhakti Jaho.
This is the Prema
Bhakti. So Lord Chaitanya came to give us this Prema Bhakti, Braj Prem, because love for God is there in everyone's heart, right? But he came to show us this Braj Prem, the love that most attracts Krishna, the love that the Brajvasis have for Krishna. He came to give us, he came to show us that.
Let's say he was an example, no? He came as a devotee to show
Yes.
how do you,
Yes.
how do you serve? How do you have this?
Yes. Chant. He would do Harinam Sankirtan all the time. Chant. Kirtan. No, Kirtan is japa and Kirtan is like how when we are singing in association. So Lord Chaitanya always doing Kirtan. Always. When not doing Kirtan, then doing japa. And hearing Bhagavatam. He told us, he came to tell us that Bhagavatam, take shelter of Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam Amalam Puranam, the spotless Puran. Take shelter of that.
See, Bhagavatam is already Krishna.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what they say. That's his form. Bhagavatam is Krishna's form.
Yes.
See, Krishna. It's not just an ordinary book, scripture. No. Right?
Yes, Bhagavatam is Krishna because Krishna is absolute. So, speaking about his name, fame, form, pastime, qualities, paraphernalia, it's all Krishna. Yes, it's true. Bhagavatam is narrations of the devotees of Krishna. So, wherever the devotees of Krishna are there, Krishna has to be there. And that's the reason Prabhupada said, study the Bhagavatam and you'll find Krishna in the pages of Bhagavatam. Prabhupada said that, you'll find the Krishna in the pages of Bhagavatam. And we are experiencing to whatever degree each of us can, Like Srila Prabhupada is revealing Krishna to us gradually. Krishna's qualities, Krishna's, like why Krishna why he made the material world. Like he's introducing Krishna to us. So we still have one paragraph. Do you want to finish it today or tomorrow? I'm not sure.
Yeah, we can finish.
Okay, thank you. By the grace of Kardama Muni, Devahuti experienced actual realization simply by serving. Yeah, in his previous life, Narad was a maidservant, but his mother was engaged in the service of great devotees. He caught the opportunity to serve the devotees, and simply by eating the remnants of their foodstuff and carrying out their orders, he became so elevated that in his next life, he became the great personality Narad. So Narad had the opportunity to see these pure devotees of the Lord. They were pure, exalted sages that just by serving him, he became a devotee. How exalted, just by taking the remnants of their food. Right? And he became such a pure devotee, a great personality. For spiritual achievement, the easiest path is to take shelter of a bona fide spiritual master and to serve him with heart and soul. Bona fide spiritual master. We have to check who is a bona fide spiritual master. You have to hear carefully. And then once we find the bona fide spiritual master, serve him with heart and soul. That is the secret of success, as stated by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur in his 8 stanzas of prayers to the spiritual master. So that is the Guru Vashtakam, which which is sung every morning at Mangalarti, Samsara Dava, that prayer. So Yasya Prasadat Bhagavad Prasadaha, by serving or receiving the grace of the spiritual master, one receives the grace of the Supreme Lord. So how do we receive that grace of the Supreme Lord? By receiving the grace of the spiritual master, because the spiritual master knows Krishna. He knows how to please Krishna. So he engages us in the service of Krishna. By serving her devotee husband, Kardama Muni, Devahuti shared in his achievements. Similarly, a sincere disciple, simply by serving a bona fide spiritual master, can achieve all the mercy of the Lord and the spiritual master simultaneously. So 2 things are required: sincerity of the disciple and serve a bona fide spiritual master. And then what happens? Can achieve the mercy of the Lord and the spiritual master simultaneously. So that is what it is, sincerity. Do we want Krishna or do we want worship? That's a choice we have to make. What do we want? What are we in for? Do we want Krishna Or do we want whatever Krishna can give us? What do we want? Never mind whatever we want, doesn't matter. Still chant Hare Krishna. Continue chanting Hare Krishna. But have that, that desire. Yes, I want Krishna. Right now, I want so many other things other than Krishna, but I want Krishna. Because that desire is there in our heart, it's there. Each of us has it. It's not artificial. Is that okay? So thank you so much for listening and joining in today. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Premanande, Hari Bol, Hare Krishna.
Change your